Oh god, I am going to butcher this. 𝗘𝗶𝗶𝗰𝗵 mit 3 ox stabilization term. Perfect German. Basically meaning test carrier with 3 axes stabilized tower or turret. Term means turret, but
Erprobungsträger mit 3 Achs stabilisiertem Turm.
I was close enough. They get the gist. So the Turm III on War Thunder, from what I heard, is a very fun vehicle. It's an L7 with a 30mm coax. It is fast, about 38 horsepower per ton ratio, 38 for arcade, and realistic, and simulation is like 20 horsepower per ton ratio. So very fast, with very capable gun, and also anti-aircraft capability. But in our version, it's a Tier 9 premium German medium tank with a 120mm. The coax gets shifted from the side of the main gun to the top of the turret, also with the remote control machine gun on top, but we don't have access to the coax or the 30mm autocannon, unfortunately, so just the main gun. It is also decently enough in mobility and horsepower per ton ratio. Not as good as the arcade mode horsepower per ton, but close to the realistic and simulation battle engine power. But not a bad looking vehicle, right? It's a chunky Leopard-esque or Kampfpanzer 07RH at tier 9. The gun is capable. It's a lot more deadly than the 152, more consistent at least than the tier 10 version that we saw on the Russian server about 8 months ago. So it gets trickled down from the Russian server like the Su-122V. So we'll see some of the tier 10s on their server as our tier 9s or tier 8s, possibly tier 10s. I want to see the BZ-74 please, but for now, not a bad vehicle. Definitely would like the 152 option though, that would be fun, but 120 is more consistent. So yeah, not bad. I mean, not a bad looking vehicle overall. The Germans know how to design stuff. This is a very nice looking vehicle. And also, second premium tier 9 German medium tank. The first one is the T-54D, and that's alright. It's like a pseudo E50. This thing is more like a pseudo Leopard prototype, for that matter, but from what it does, I think this will be a little bit better representation of the Leopard Proto than the T-54D in comparison to the E50. E50 is fun. T-54D is not really that fun. In comparison, it's not that fast, but oh well. So yeah, this thing will be more like the Leopard prototype, just bigger caliber gun. So we already saw this vehicle on the Russian server. It's a 152. It has a lot better engine power. So this thing has like 33, 31 horsepower per ton ratio. And a big caliber gun. It is big alpha, but not really that consistent. Aim time, accuracy, DPM, all kind of if. But it is fast to shotgun people in the ass with tons of damage. So that's a plus. Also a crew of 3. Whereas our vehicle is a crew of 4, I believe. It should be crew of 4. I have to check. But not a bad looking vehicle. Just the gun is kind of niche of a playstyle. It is unorthodox. It is not really a sniper. It goes to the rear and dump a large caliber shell and runs away. So like a Sheridan for that matter, or a T-49. But we don't have that kind of a medium tank at tier 10 or at tier 9 for that matter. But yeah, unorthodox. So our version is obviously more consistent. You're not going to run towards the end of somebody or rear end of somebody and dump a only 120mm shell. That's not going to do it. That's not really going to do it. But let's see. Crew of 4. Big plus. So Yukari will actually be in the crew members. That's nice. But yeah, one extra loader helps out with the safe stowage and other stuff. But penetration is 270, 400 alpha damage, 120mm gun. It is APCR round, flies decently fast. Also high explosive anti-tank is not that slow too. And penetration is alright, 320mm. High explosive could be better, like 90-ish millimeters pen, 100mm pen, but that's alright. Aim time is very decent for a medium tank, and accuracy is good. Reload time could be better, but it's about the same reload as a 105 on the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, so that's alright. It does have slightly nerfed gun depression. It is actually 12 degrees on the Russian server. Yeah, 12 degrees gun depression, 12 elevation. This thing has only 10. 40 rounds, 4-man crew, top speed of 65, horsepower per ton ratio is 22.7, so more in line with the realistic or simulation battles of War Thunder, unlike the arcade mode of 31 on the Russian server. So slight difference, but alright. Hull traverse, very decent. Turret traverse is actually surprisingly fast for that kind of a turret, but then again, whatever. 1650 health, sniper. Armor is only good against high explosive, mostly high explosive shells. Yeah, you'll see a lot of the shells go through. It's alright armor, but preventing mostly splash damage from artillery. 400-meter view range and standard radio. It's more consistent, definitely more consistent than the large caliber gun. You obviously have more DPM than the 2000 for the 152, so 400 more DPM. Accuracy not bad, aim time is alright, gun depression, traverse, penetration, all seems pretty decent. So about 6 rounds per minute. Alright, 10-second reload, health is okay, it's a sniper. It's also like 50 less than the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, I think. And the E50 has a lot more health than that. E50 has like 1900 or at least 1800, but let's make sure. Yeah, 1700 on the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏. Yeah, 1800 for the E50. This is a chunky boy. This has armor. You're not having armor, so that's fine. Weighs about 44 tons. 22.7 horsepower per ton ratio. Very fast hull traverse. Camo could be better. Only 12.26%. That is below average. That's not that great. Average is about 14. 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is about 14. E50 is about 8 or so. Is it 8? Yeah, 7. This is a heavy tank, practically. So camo could be better. You will likely get spotted if you're too close. Stay near the draw distance, the large circle on your mini map. So snipe across the map. But 400 meters of view range, standard radio. The good thing about this vehicle is it's a 4-man crew compared to your 3-man crew on the Russian server. So training the loader is pretty good. You want your intuition, you want your safe stowage. Nowadays, once the patch hits, you get better shell velocity and minimum damage with the new skills or perk. So having a loader is kind of important, but then again, if they have the system on the Russian server, I think the commander or the gunner will be the secondary loader, so they will have the share skill, but they don't even have the efficiency change from earlier this year. They don't have the 75% to 100% crew change. They don't have that. So Russian server is Russian server. But for now, this vehicle seems decent. It seems a little bit better performance at what it does as a sniper in comparison to what the E50, or not the E50, the T54D in comparison to the E50 at what it does. T54D is not that great. It's okay, but yeah, for its role, this vehicle is more viable, I believe. 40 rounds, shell velocity is decent. Not bad, not bad. I see no problem with this. This DPM is alright. 2400 is very close to the 𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. I mean, you're not having that much pin with the DPM. So with the rammer, yeah, 2700. So baseline DPM is about the same as the L7. Yeah, very close to the L7. So actually a little bit better by 30. And better accuracy, 0.31 in comparison to 0.29. Yeah, better accuracy too. So it's also a premium tank, don't forget. And usually for the L7 at tier 9 version, they have about 2,300, 2,200 because it's tier 9, not the tier 10 version. But yeah, nothing bad about this vehicle. Only downside to it is the camouflage rating and maybe possibly the gun elevation. Other than that, no problem what I see. Also, it's German, so any German premium tank gets a bonus from me because anime. All the anime crew for the German vehicles. So big plus from me. But yeah, premium tank makes the bonds as well. Definitely a big plus. And for a sniper, you want obviously the rammer and equipments. So segue into equipments right after complaining, what the hell is this comparison? Why are you comparing a patent tank? That's not a premium. And not even in the same category. I mean, it's a 120, granted, fine. You're comparing a 120. Penetration is dramatically better. And more rate of fire. Faster traverse for the turret. Gun depression is the same. Not as good elevation, but better DPM. Obviously, not as good armor as the patent. But then again, the patent gets shot at constantly. Also a lot faster than the patent. A lot faster in top speed. A lot faster to hold traverse. The patent sucks ass, basically, is what this means. Why would you compare the patent? It's such a... they neuter the crap out of this vehicle, unfortunately. Alright, let's just jump into equipments, but similar to your Leopard Protos or any other sniper. Tier 9. Yeah. Well, I mean, AMX 30 prototype is also very close. So you want rammer. Rammer is an obvious must. You also could put turbocharger for the second slot or first slot. And I always go with optics. So the trifecta of the common ubiquitous choice. So you have the DPM, you have the mobility, you have the view range to spot for yourself. You don't need the enhanced gun lane drive. You don't need vertical stabilizer usually. Or vents. So yeah, the best trifecta of equipment's baseline for most of my medium tanks. Rammer, optics, turbocharger. I think I applied that to all my medium tanks. Yeah, holy crap. I mean, some vehicles have a very niche choice with their loadout. Obviously, the autoloader doesn't count. It needs the vertical stabilizer. Cannot put the rammer, but some vehicles needs a niche, like with my Chinese tier 10 or tier 9 with the WZ-120. This thing has crap accuracy and aim time, in my opinion, for using the gun. Also, dispersion is kind of F2, so I chose a vent instead. This also applies to some other niche medium tanks like the 𝗘𝗏𝗵, if I remember correctly. I chose a different setup for my 𝗘𝗏𝗵. Yeah, vent as well. So some of these vehicles needs a little bit of help with the aim time and accuracy department, but ugh. Yeah, this thing. Oh, gross. Forgot about this thing. Collecting dust now after I finish with the field mods. But yeah, this vehicle feels fine. It feels pretty decent as a premium tank. There are no downsides to what I see playing it other than the gun elevation. Or maybe health? Not really. Or the camo? Not really. If you're preferring sniping, it's not that bad. Camo on this thing is 14% baseline. I have the crew skills. That doesn't count. Let's see. Let me go towards tanks.gg. So tier by stats, by stationary camo, by tier 9 medium tank standards, 17%. The worst is about 9 for the E50. The oh god, the pen gets shit on. So you have better camo than something of a Skoda T50. So about the same camo as a Cobra. Felice have that better of a camo? Surprisingly. So camo is alright. I mean, it could be a weak spot, but at least you have better camo than the Type 61. Oh, gross. Why is 9% camo? That's stupid. Well, then again, 𝗘𝗿𝗶𝗰𝗵 is huge on that thing, so I'll give or take. Alright, field mods wise. First one is better hull traverse, better turret traverse, or less penalty to damage ammo rack or gun, so don't get hit. But I feel like the cutoff is about 40-ish degrees per second for turret traverse and 45 for the hull traverse. So technically could put less penalty from getting shot and having a damaged ammo rack or engine. So this is up to you. But if it's sub like 40 to like 35 degrees per second, I would recommend more traverse speed. But for now, yeah, you're not supposed to be shot at, so this one's up for debate. But if it's going below 35 degrees per second, choose better degrees per second. Hull traverse and turret traverse. Second one is dispersion while moving or traversing the hull, or aim circle size. I think you can forego some aim circle size for better dispersion while moving. Sometimes you're shooting and running away, so I would say better hull traverse and movement dispersion buff. It's like a pseudo vertical stabilizer, but not that much. And camo or reverse speed. If you're putting turbocharger, I would say camo. Camo is not great, by all means. I would say camo. And if you're already putting a turbocharger on this vehicle, then reverse speed will go up. And that will be countered with this field mod. So it's still about 20 kilometers per hour reverse speed. I would say camo. And finally, accuracy or reload time. Reload time is not that much different. It only buffs it by 150 or so. Accuracy is big though. 0.32 to 0.29. That is big. I will still say accuracy. You're not firing all the time to have that consistent of a DPM. So I would say land your shots with better accuracy. Go with better accuracy. But overall, this vehicle feels fine. It feels not that bad. It is a very nimble of a playstyle. It's, I mean, the only downside to it is the camo and gun elevation, but that's all it. DPM is not bad. It's about standard with the L7s. It has a bigger caliber, so more module damage, but not lacking in the accuracy or aim time department, or even the penetration. It is a premium tank too, don't forget, it makes the credits and bonds. So 4-man crew training too. All the big plus for a German medium tank, right? I mean, I love my German medium tanks, and the Kampfpanzer line of premiums are Kampfpanzer 07RH is a very fine tier 8. So train all your crews, but this is a very fun vehicle too. So this thing is fast. But yeah, the German medium tank crews are eating very well. They have lots of premium and even special medium tanks to play around with, like these three. So they have a lot of choices for your anime crew, and therefore big plus for me. But this vehicle feels fine. I wouldn't mind playing it. I would definitely play this thing over the T54D or yeah, the UDS 0303. I would rather play with this vehicle than the Swedish vehicle or the Object 590. That sucks. I hate that premium tier 9. That or the patent. The patent's not even a premium. So I would say 6.5. It's not bad. Definitely more consistent than the tier 10 version on the Russian server. It's a 4-man crew trainer. It's a high penetration standard gun, standard shell, so you don't need to spam that much. As a premium tank, also DPM is not lacking. Penetration is not lacking. View range is not lacking. Only downside to this vehicle is the camo and some of the gun elevation, but you can make it work by driving on the top of all the ridge lines, so never go towards crevices or valleys. But yeah, not bad. Definitely not bad. 6.5 for me, but then again, I am biased for German vehicles, so it could be a 6, but I'm giving it a 6.5. It is very decent as a premium tank. Well, there you go, folks. I'm not gonna pronounce the thing. The E.sträger mid 3 ox stabilized Turm. Yeah, there you go. the Turm III, also known as Erich Konzept I. So hopefully this comes in holiday ops. I wouldn't mind it, but for now, very decent vehicle. So as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.